minutes will be put on the clock. Whoever scores first within that 10-minute period, whistle and game over. It is sudden victory for whoever scores first.
And how about this following suit with Division II and Division III? All three games have gone into overtime today to decide a champion. So how exciting is that on this final day of the regular season? 30 seconds to go. It will be Princeton who will have the pass back here to start the overtime period. Again, this will be sudden victory. We were still waiting for the clock to wind down. 1-1 on the season are the Tigers. 2-0 on the year is Northwestern, who is playing their second consecutive overtime game on the weekend.
I mean, all the coaches have folding chairs.
They want to get the best view, and they certainly do right now from their vantage points. Trying to flip it ahead. Salamanca is there.
You got to think about fitness at this point. You know, we've talked, maybe not this game as much, but this Princeton team has had some bumps and bruises. I mean, every team has bumps and bruises at this point in the season.
Sessa, she's got Ben Cole ahead. Runs it into the circle, trying to flip it across. Nothing is there. Sailor Malone bringing it out, looking for some numbers.
So started to talk about, you know, because of the bumps and bruises, personnel, you know, they thought they had a lot of depth at the beginning of the season. They whittled that away a little bit. And you think about Northwestern, on the other hand, coming off that OT victory on Friday. They logged a lot of miles. So both these teams have to be feeling
want that ball brought back to the stop where it played. Said it wasn't stopped. So Laura Salamanca will have to bring it all the way back. Allows both teams to catch a little bit of a breath here.
Well, and that's going to play a big piece, right? Is that fitness
back into
piece.
The Wildcats, number 21.
Who can push through the pain a little bit longer.
So they're trying to run through Beth Yeager, and Yeager says not this time.
And that'll be a fun matchup, right? You know, you see Beth Yeager, Maddie Zimmer, obviously teammates on the U.S. squad. They know each other's tendencies intimately and know what to expect when it comes to what the other player wants to do with the ball.
Here's Maddie. No numbers ahead. Sessa's trying to sprint. Schultz is there ahead now. Maddie can get it on her backhand, and Sykes breaking it up on the play. Anderson is also there once again. Here we go, the opposite way. So Malone gathering it in. Salamanca trying to run her towards the outside, runs it back inside. Two fighting over the ball. Held whistle.
You saw Sessa wave on Schultz. Say, go that way, I'm gonna go this way.
Oh, take it away! Sessa running in, gets it out. Oh, Caponnetti! What a great save! She's fired up.
And rightly so, stuffing Ashley Sessa. I mean, what a takeaway by Sessa on the baseline. Times that tackle absolutely perfectly. Comes up with that turnover, makes a good drive, able to get the ball on her backhand. That's where she wants it, and gets a great shot up. But how about Caponnetti? Wow.
Schultz goes down. Looking for a card, nothing there. We'll go the opposite way.
How about this takeaway by Sessa? Just times that perfectly. Gets some space, but Caponnetti, nice and aggressive there. Knows it's a 1v1, cuts off that angle. Ashley Sessa doesn't get any air under that ball, so it's a nice flat ball for Caponnetti to be able to clear.
some numbers ahead. Running into the corner is Molly Nye, being just out of reach.
Back into the Tigers, number 10.
Three players around Maddie Zimmer now, a little bit tighter. Yeager on that backside, trying to deny that ball to come into the middle. Grace Scholl's trying to sneak behind. Sykes is there. Here's Zimmer. Here's Yeager.
And again, you see that matchup, right? You know, Yeager keeps looking over her shoulder for Zimmer and waiting for her to make that cut. She knows what to anticipate there.
Flipped ahead and just a little bit too far ahead for full stitch. Sessa going towards the middle of the field. Pulled away by Beth Yeager. And it will be a ball going back to Princeton. Under 4 minutes to go in our first overtime period. Going the opposite way. Call was going the opposite way. Grishell's coming off the field now. Bent Cole will come back on, Suzanne.
Yeah, and I watched Grace Scholl's the last couple of runs that she tried to make. She looks a little gassed. Again, this is a team that just went into overtime against North Carolina, and that was a frenetic pace for that entire game.
Ball will go back to Princeton. Oh, nicely done. Sailor Malone now with the ball. Does not have the numbers.
Oh, it's a great tackle by Maddie Zimmer.
Flipped out in front. Unfortunately, no one was there. That will go all the way across the field.
You saw Juliana Bone just give Ilse Trump a little pat there. They were communicating. They knew there was nobody behind Ilse Trump's left shoulder to be able to cut onto that ball. Great communication there between the defenders.
Two minutes in our first overtime. Malone running into Salamanca, taken away from Sykes. Lindsay to the outside, trying to tell her exactly where she wants the ball. Unfortunately, right back to Ilse Trump.
Yeah, you saw Prue Lindsay really showing Sailor Malone where she wanted that body, or wanted that ball.
Both players hustling towards that sideline. It'll be a side in for Olivia Bent-Cole. Gets it on her forehand, has Sessa ahead. Taken right back away though. Held whistle and a call made. Little jab tackle. Bent-Cole with the ball back. Back to the Tigers. Back to the Cats. Everybody's clawing away here. "45 seconds.
Back into the Tigers,
Number 21, Molly Nye.
Who's got that time for one more run? Under 30 now to go at midfield. The flip up to Zimmer. Here goes Maddie, too far ahead. Hit coming out.
Well, I like the little shallow flip up by OBC, trying to connect with Maddie Zimmer. I love the versatility that teams are utilizing that aerial for. It's not just to throw 50 yards down the pitch. It's that little shallow elimination of one defender to make it a pass.
Teams taking a break. This will be the second time that these teams will go to overtime. Not this season, but the first time that both teams are actually going to double OT. So they switch here with teams switching sides on the field.
The Northwestern sideline giving lots of energy and love to those on the pitch. Again, legs are tired at this point.
Cats with the ball off of the pass back here in OT. Here's Schultz leaning ahead, looking in, looking for some help. As Sessa gets caught up in traffic, and how quickly that was, less than 15 seconds. Wildcats with the corner.
And that was just a beautifully designed play. You see the bump off the sideline up to Grace Scholes. Looking back to try to connect with Sessa. She gets the corner call. Well, hugs all around. So we
DPC equipment failed to get moved down the opposite side of the field. So some hustling going on here so that the Princeton unit can put on the gear to defend this.
Got to give a shout out to the players on the sideline, right? Giving those hard yards for their squad. So similar setup here to what we saw against North Carolina in that corner. So Zimmer will set up at that stick stop, but don't be surprised if she pulls that ball to the right, able to take that ball herself or slips it back to Trump.
So keeps it low, ricochets it into goal. Maddie Zimmer with the tip in, and guess what? Northwestern back-to-back champions, the third time in 5 years.
Well, when we talked to Tracy Fuchs yesterday, Leah, what did she say? It's going to come down to who executes corners. Well, Coach, you just executed a beautiful corner and won yourself another natty.
Back-to-back titles for the Cats. And what Northwestern has accomplished this year, and also what Princeton has accomplished this season, finishing the year at 18-4, representing the Ivy so well, and making it back to this championship game.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to Princeton. They put together an exceptional game plan today, executed it to a T, even short-staffed. I mean, gosh, what a season for Carla Taglienti and her Tigers.
Check out the goal. They were discussing it, Suzanne, and giving it with the assist there now to Maddie Zimmer. So the goal goes to Ilsa Trump, and the celebration for the Cats.
Yeah, you know, the DPC unit did deflect that ball up a little bit, and so tough for Kappa nitty to read that off the stick of Trump when it is deflected up. An unfortunate deflection for the DPC unit, who is exceptional all game long. But Trump with the game winner in double OT. Pretty exceptional.